Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. We are so excited you're here. Please know that whoever invited you to the call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this amazing technology that we are literally seeing it completely change lives. We get to witness miracles all the time. I think it's one of the reasons why we love doing this so much, and we love coming on here and sharing this with you every Monday night for 30 minutes. We're going to be sharing about one of our technologies. You can type questions in the chat as I'm talking. You can come on at the end and raise your hand. So we are here to answer questions as well. So please take advantage of that. So our technology inspires the body to do what it already does best, which is heal itself. And I love that about our technology. So we're going to start with our medical disclaimer. What we'll be sharing tonight is for informational purposes only. All LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are pregnant or nursing or on medications, please make sure to check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. And just like with embarking on any new health regimen, diet, or fitness program, it would be recommended that you check with them. And so that is true for this technology as well. So with that, let me find my little patch here because everything's on my back today. So this is our tiny little patch that we're going to be discussing. It is FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product. It's a class 1 medical device, completely non-transdermal. That means that there's nothing transferring from the center of this patch, that little circle in there, into your body. It is completely sealed on both sides with medical grade plastic. That little center white structure in there is it is organic amino acids and salts. So at the stereoisomer level in a crystal lattice structure that's reflective like a mirror. So the adhesive on it is hypoallergenic. This technology has a 96% effectiveness rate. That is truly jaw-dropping. To have that high of an effectiveness rate for any type of natural product is truly amazing. And it's because it bypasses all of your systems and goes straight to turning on things that are already there. And I'll explain that here in a minute. It is extremely affordable. So if I'm going to give you an idea of potentially what to compare this to, and just know this is not a great comparison, it would be stem cell injections. And it's not a great comparison, and you'll see why after a bit. But stem cell injections are thousands and thousands of dollars. You go in, and what they tell you is they have no idea if it's going to work for you or not. So you've paid all this money, you have no idea if it's going to work. Hopefully it does work. And if it does work, you can have really great results, for a little while or a longer while. But at some point, that is all going to wear off. This actually helps to support your body across your body systems in multiple ways and is pennies on the dollar compared to that. So it's extremely affordable. That 96% effectiveness rate goes up when you consider adding our product called Cellergize Morning. This product combined with the x39 patch just won the Biotech Stem Cell Technology of the Year Award for 2025. So the combination of the two gives us 100% effectiveness rate. Okay, again, I don't know what else you can find across the board that's always going to be working in your body. So whatever issues isn't a great word, but whatever your body may be lacking to not allow the patch technology to work at that 96% effectiveness rate or as effective as possible, David has brilliantly designed Cellergize Morning for your body to have all these nutrients that we need anyway, just for our body to optimize regardless. So proper electrolytes in the proper balance, a balance of copper and zinc, amino acids. So just helping support your muscle tissue and regeneration in that area, as well as sea buckthorn extract, which is a product that optimizes the use of your stem cells in your body. So this would be something that if you parts and piece this together to buy what's actually in here, it would easily be $250 or more. And you can, do that in parts and piece it how you want to, or you can get this for as little as $50. You don't need this for the patch technology to work and do what it's going to do. But it's nice to know that a scientist has taken the time to look into what most people are deficient in anyway and put all of those in one place for us to take. And then to know it also has an additional benefit of causing that stem cell or regenerative activation patch to turn on and do what it needs to do to work completely optimally in the body as well, if for some reason someone had a deficiency. So like for me, I was already taking electrolytes. So this was an easy transfer over, and I hadn't added amino acids yet. So this was a great product. I knew I needed to. I just hadn't researched and figured out what I wanted to do. So for that to all be in here as well, with the additional benefits of the balancing of everything properly and the optimization of our own stem cells with that sea buckthorn extract, is truly amazing. And then, like I said, for us to win a truly prestigious award like that for Stem Cell Technology of the Year is really and truly amazing. And if you go on and find that award, like when you look at the other awards that they gave away, it's truly incredible at the other, companies that are winning awards. In this category, in the stem cell category, you had to be completely novel, meaning we have zero competition. That's the other thing, is that you cannot get anywhere else what this technology actually does for your body. So even though I'm telling you a stem cell, injection might be is a possible consideration, this optimizes and supports your body across the board in ways that, again, you cannot do in any other way. Not only that, when you consider a stem cell injection, when you understand what your body process has to go through to utilize that, so the injection, any type of injection, or even like peptide injections, there are going to be stabilizers in there. Okay. And not only that, when those things are injected, your body breaks it all apart and then it uses it however it so determines. Okay. It has to put it back together to be utilized in a way that's going to regenerate areas. So your body can have breakdown at any of those points, which is why those injections don't always work for people. Not only that, with those stabilizers in there is one of the reasons why one of the MDs I work with, he had been looking at, injections for GHK copper peptide for a long time, and he never chose one because of those stabilizers. He wasn't happy with the potential side effects or, effects that the body could have in having those inputted as well. Whereas this is directly what's already in your body. So anytime you can utilize what's already in your body to be supported, it will always be far superior to any type of injection or exogenous, supplementation that you might take by mouth. Supporting your body overall, internally activating what's already there is always going to be far superior to anything else, which is again why our technology has such a high effectiveness rate. So how does this actually work? So it works through a process called photobiomodulation. It's a big word for light making change in the body. You all already actually understand what this is, because every time you step out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to make vitamin D. That vitamin D then goes and does what it was already designed to do anyway. Your body uses it the way that it was designed. Again, because it's your own body doing what it was already designed to do versus putting in vitamin D through a supplement. So having that support through that sun and that light activation makes a huge difference in how our body can utilize that. So with this technology, you don't actually need the sun for it to work. Our body emits a low-grade infrared light. And that hits the center of that patch, and then it is reflected back into our body like a mirror, like I said, turning on a very specific peptide. That may sound really confusing as well, but let me explain it this way. Whenever you watch a movie and you see them looking through night vision goggles, and they're talking about that heat signature, and you see all those different colored lights. Scientifically, that heat signature, or that heat that's coming off of those bodies, is a low-grade infrared light. That is where the heat is coming from. It's because of the light. So that light actually hits the center of that patch, is reflected back into the body at a very specific frequency that turns on GHK copper peptide. Okay, so we have over 200 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. So this is all very significantly scientifically researched and backed. And then the other thing is that what you need to understand is those things tell us that this technology activates GHK copper peptide in the body. All right. GHK copper peptide was found over 50 years ago by Lauren Picard, and there's been 50 years of research telling us what GHK copper peptide does in the body. Okay, so this is all based on, again, your own body doing what it was designed to do. When GHK copper peptide is working properly in the body, there is all of this research backed by doing that. So this is truly just the light switch that allows GHK copper peptide to work properly. So how do I wear this? 12 hours on, 12 hours off. I put mine on in the morning when I get up. I take it off at night when I go to bed. The next day I put on a brand new patch and get that regeneration up and running again. So the first thing that we talked about was regenerative cells starting to be reset to a younger, healthier state, is what GHK copper peptide, that 50 years of research shows that's one of the things that it does. It is truly considered the fountain of youth, because if you can get those regenerative cells going again, your body then can use them however it so desires. So by the time you're 30, half of those regenerative cells have already stopped working, okay? It's just the natural aging process that our body goes through, is those stop working properly, right? By the time you're 60, you only have about 10% that are any longer up and running and working the way that they were intended. That's, again, natural aging process. So when you think about between 30 and 60, aches, pains, illness, disease, all of these things set in because those regenerative cells are just stopping working the way that they were when we were younger. So this helps to get that up and running again. The second thing it does, and this is the list that starts to happen when you elevate GHK copper peptide and bring it back to a younger, healthier state, and why just comparing it to an injection is not a great comparison. It's because of all the other things GHK copper peptide does in the body. So it helps to support the brain. So just overall vitality, anxiety, and depression begin to lift. For me, in about 6 weeks, that brain fog began to lift. Like I was able to start thinking clearer again. Things that I would forget in conversations were coming back to me and I was remembering. So remembering names, remembering conversations, even like conversations I would have with my kids that were just like 5 minutes ago. And I remembered asking the question, but I had forgotten the answer. So even that, to have all of that, because before it was just like, I don't know what's going on with me. I guess I'm just getting older. So to have that be, stopped and not happen anymore brings such a peace of mind. Okay. So just even having our peace of mind given back to us about things that we're noticing that's happening in our body, that right there reduces stress in your body. So that reducing that stress gives your body the availability to just feel better overall in your day-to-day life, which is huge. So regenerative cells supporting the brain, supporting the entire cardiovascular system at the mitochondrial level. So this is all in our testing. Every 6 weeks that you utilize the technology, it reverses the age of your cardiovascular system by 8 weeks. That will have a compounding effect over time, which is huge for your cardiovascular system. So your heart is supported, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, all of these things are now supported at the very base level of your mitochondria, which is amazing. So then we have the collagen. So collagen support. Most people think that's just hair, skin, and nails. It's not. It is literally the glue that holds your body together. It's what makes up the meridian system in the body. It is your ligaments, your tendons, your cartilage, your fascia. All of those things go across the body in all kinds of different places, and that is your collagen that helps to support that. So the collagen is truly not elevated to what it needs to be at in your body until about 3 months. So again, having it at that 3 months and then wearing the technology longer and longer gives that compounding effect for your body to have the support combination of the regenerative cells and the collagen together. So that support is what can truly make a difference across the board in your body, because those are everywhere. Those things are everywhere. So as well as your immune system. So most people think that our immune system, just like I get a cold or what I'm exposed to, your immune system controls what illnesses or diseases you get or don't get. Okay. So to have your immune system be supported across the board in all ways and have your regenerative cells up and working on your behalf makes a huge difference for what could potentially or could not potentially be in our future. So I don't know where else you can get 96% effectiveness rate and have all of those things be supportive. Like if you talk about supplements, again, even like just taking supplements for all of those systems would be a very long list. I mean, well over $400. I can't even imagine all of the supplements we'd have to take. Not only that, again, we're talking about an exogenous source to support our body naturally. Your body has to break that down and use that properly. And so just if I take you through that process, it is ingesting, the supplement. It then is transporting the supplement, digesting the supplement, so pulling it apart, then using that and taking it where it needs to go, and then those cells being able to absorb that supplement and then have to use that supplement. So in any of those processes there, your body can have breakdown over that at any point. It's why when you use a technology like this, you bypass all of those things in your body and you turn it on from the base. Okay, this is just a random thought that came in here, so I'm just going to throw it out there. So I was working with a healthcare practitioner. We were talking about glutathione. So I do not, in my DNA, I do not have the availability for me to take glutathione. It can make me very, very sick. I have to take a very specific form of glutathione if I take it. So my body doesn't detox properly because those pathways don't work in my body very well. So I was wondering, and I actually talked to David Schmidt about this, like if this technology would help then my glutathione and help me detox, properly. And so he said, we haven't run any test results on that. So I can't actually tell you. And of course, because of the amazing man that he is, he recommended a product that would bypass that and help support that glutathione in the body, which was amazing. But this healthcare practitioner was able to then test and tell me that absolutely this patch was making a difference for my body's ability to detoxify. So that was incredible to me because I'd still been wearing it because I'd felt like I could tell a difference, especially if I was wearing it in certain combinations with some of the other patches. I felt like without it, I didn't really get the same kind of results and effects. And so to have that confirmation and to know that that technology is always working, again, because it bypasses all of that list of things of what our body has to do to use something that we would ingest. So this technology is far superior to anything else that you are going to decide to utilize for your health, which is really amazing. Of course, if you combine this with exercise, proper, eating habits, good high quality food, good high quality hydration, that is going to overall support all of this technology as well. The crazy thing is that I have seen people not change any of those things and this technology still work. My background is in health and wellness, and I would have never, ever told you that. If somebody told me that I could utilize something where I would have benefits and results without, proper nutrition and exercise, I would have laughed in your face. So the crazy thing is that I have seen it over and over again. Of course, do I still want you to exercise and eat high quality nutrition and drink really good water? 100% yes, please. Like, please have that be a part of your one of your New Year's resolutions is like, start just reading labels, like just read labels and ingredients on food and just learn something about, let's say, what even that first ingredient is. If that first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup, please just choose that one thing. Stop eating anything that says high fructose corn syrup. Like, just take one thing that you're going to add, and maybe you're doing it for the whole year, just this one thing, but really and truly you could learn something new each month about an ingredient on a list of, things to start cutting out from your diet and, just to support your overall health in general. But anyway, sorry, a whole long side tidbit of things there for you tonight. But this technology, again, like people will ask me, okay, how long do I have to wear this? So hopefully if I've told you enough about some of the compounding effects that you have over the long term that would make you understand that you want those compounding effects. You want your body's ability to have those regenerative cells up and working on your behalf for as many days as the good Lord leaves you here. So I will have a patch on my body until Jesus comes back to get me. If you need a date and you don't have a list, illness, disease, stuff, medications that you're on, I'm going to tell you 1 month for every decade you are old. So if you're 50, that would be 5 months to really see what it's going to do to get things up and regenerated, see what you notice. Here's the thing. If you don't notice anything, what you need to understand is you need to have enough time. So that 6 to 12 month mark to where you go back into your doctor and you would have regular tests, regular blood work run anyway. And I'm telling you, I haven't seen anyone who is consistent on the patch, okay, consistently wearing it day after day after day for 6 to 12 months, that even if they don't feel anything, that they don't see something positively change in their blood work. Okay. And I can also tell you this because this is my husband. Okay. So he does notice a little bit of help with his sleep, but other than that, or if we're patching for something specific, but he doesn't really notice anything, but we have seen it in his test results. So we continue to patch because of those amazing results that we get long-term, whether we feel something or not. So hopefully that helps in you, deciding how you want to utilize this. I'm trying to remember this quote. It was so good. Our health is not a chore. It is a privilege. So to be able to invest in your health, this is not a chore. This is a privilege. So it's changing that mindset around how to benefit your health, as it's like, okay, I have to think about all these things. No, our society has brainwashed us into just thinking that we walk in the grocery store and all those things in there are good for us because they wouldn't put it on the shelf if it wasn't okay for us to eat. All right. So we have to reframe and rethink through that. Like I said, start with one ingredient, read the ingredient labels, and start removing things. Okay, I'm not purchasing that if it has this poison in it. Okay. High fructose corn syrup is a poison for your body. All right. So you need to think about these things and what you can do to support your health, especially as we move into the new year. So let me see. Is there any questions in the chat? If somebody has a question, please come on, raise your hand. I went a little over time, but I want to make sure you have time to ask your questions. Yes, inflammation eats up the stem cells. That's exactly right. So that's what Vicky was telling us. So when we have inflammation in the body, the natural body's response is to send regenerative cells to an area to regenerate the problem. The signal is inflammation. There's a problem here. Look. Come help to regenerate this area. But, okay, here's what happens is that inflammation eats up those stem cells like a little Pac-Man. All right. So when you're able to reduce inflammation, which the x39 technology reduces that by 30%, and then your body sends in those regenerative cells, then it has more availability to not be eaten up. Okay. So again, if we're looking at a stem cell injection, that's the interesting thing, right? Well, we put that injection in, they won't let you go on any type of anti-inflammatory. So they put the injection in and your body just is eating it up. The inflammation is eating up all of those stem cells, which is why it doesn't always work for people. So even if you want to utilize the injections, which go for it. I say, if that's something you want to do, absolutely, it could make a huge difference but you want to be able to utilize this technology. So again, you're not taking anything that's reducing the inflammation. You're allowing your body to work properly. So utilizing this technology, if you decide to get stem cell injections, is huge as well, because the money you just paid for that stem cell injection, you want it to work. So this technology will give your body and allow your body the ability to work the way that it was designed, to reduce that inflammation, to hopefully get the most you possibly can out of that stem cell injection as well. So does anybody want to come on? Anybody have a quick question? You can unmute yourself.
Hello, this is Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. I would love to spend more time with you because the knowledge that you have. However, just one question, please. If someone has a skin infection, what is the best way to do it? To regenerate the cells or to detox first and then to put on the various patches? And what would you suggest, please?
That's a
Thanks.
fantastic question. Yes, absolutely. So the cool thing is with our technology, you don't have to know any of that. That's what's amazing, because when you turn on GHK copper peptide, it detoxifies at 35% or 30% anyway. So GHK copper peptide turns on your detox mechanisms in your body at 30% and allows your body to do that anyway. It also turns on your anti-inflammatory as well. So 30% of anti-inflammatory is now up and running as well. And you have all the regenerative cells coming in as well. So the X39 is literally going to help you with all of those things you just listed. If you want some more powerhouse moves and support in what you need there, we have some supportive patches that you could potentially add to do that. But even just for a month, to 2 months, just using the X39 so that your body starts getting all those processes working naturally and gently is the perfect way to start. And then the X39, regardless, is the one that, like I said, that I will have on until Jesus comes back to get me. And the other ones I use as supportive based on whatever my body needs. Does that help?
Yes, it does. But could one also use the patch that is with the skin, the new one, the aloe vera? Is it aloe
Absolutely.
vera?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. So that peptide that it's going to elevate is a different one than GHK copper peptide. It's the epithalamine peptide in your pituitary gland. So it's going to support your hypothalamus. It's going to help with your skin, with your wrinkles. And then just like use Chat GPT or type in Google, like, what does my hypothalamus support in my body? And you're going to get this very long list of things that it supports. So that's a great nighttime patch that can help you sleep better. And again, for us to sleep better, that's again our body's natural ability to regenerate and heal itself is how we do that through sleeping. Now, the X39 does, that GHK copper peptide does help a lot of people sleep better anyway, but the aloe vera comes at it from another angle. So our body will utilize multiple peptides and multiple different body systems, avenues, and organs to support multiple types of body systems. So that's two angles that you're able to support the body in that's going to have ability to regenerate, which is truly amazing. Yes, Vicki, please come on.
Thank
And
you.
Miss Carol, the aloe vera patch is only for nighttime, so that can't be worn during the day because they will experience some drowsiness.
Oh,
So the X39 during the day would be great, and then you can always add the aloe vera if they want more support, like Nikki was saying. So that would be a great recommendation.
oh, thank you. Thanks very
You're
much.
welcome.
Anything else, Carol?
Yes, I've forgotten the questions. I wish I could have a session with you, but I know that's not possible.
No, you're good. And somebody can always get me the question or whatever if there's something else that you need. And I'm here every Monday night. So you can write down your questions and come back every Monday night and ask away. So totally that's
Thank,
what I'm here for. And chances are whoever invited you to the call tonight probably knows what I know. So they will be able to answer your question as well. So yes. So definitely
thank
get back
you.
to the person. Absolutely. Definitely get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. We will be off for the next 2 weeks, right, Vicky?
2 weeks?
Is that right?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Next Monday
The
is
22nd is next Monday, and then the 29th. Are we planning on taking off?
I believe so, because the holidays, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just going to be so busy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect very many people to get on anyway.
Exactly.
Traveling.
So
Yeah.
we will start Monday nights back up January 5th. So we'll be here to answer your questions. But of course, like, this is what we do. This is what we love. Whoever invited you to the call tonight, get back to them. Like, if through the holidays you have questions, they are going to be happy to help you and answer your questions. If they don't know the answer, they're going to be able to access someone who can get them the answer. And this is what we love, because we see change. Like, we see people have miracles and have, so that doesn't stop through the holidays. We get to enjoy all of that, every single day, along with the holidays, celebrating the reason for the season, So I hope you just, are able to celebrate Jesus and what he came here and did for us. And then, of course, all the wonderful time with the family that he's given you, and just celebrating them and spending time with them. So I know I'm looking forward to all of that. But thank you so much for everyone for being on the call tonight. Go to patchtheway.com. There's tons of information there, PATCH, theway.com. There's tons of information. You're going to click the button, enter the passcode LIGHT. And if you want to dive into research studies and clinical studies and patents, those will all come up across the top. But there's all kinds of videos there. If the, studies are too clinical and scientific for you, like, there's all kinds of videos to just learn about what this amazing technology can do for you. So with that, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a good evening.
All right.
Thank you.
Hi, God bless.
Merry Christmas.
God bless.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
God bless.